Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between tall mountains, there lived a young man named Leo. Leo was kind and hard-working, but he carried a heavy burden in his heart. Every day he compared himself to others and felt he was not good enough. His friend Marcus was stronger, his neighbor Clara was more talented, and even the baker's son seemed happier. Leo could not enjoy his own life because he was always looking at what others had. One evening, as Leo sat by the river, an old man with a long white beard approached him. The man had wise eyes and a calm presence. He sat beside Leo without a word and watched the flowing water. After a long silence, Leo finally spoke. "Why do I always feel like I'm not enough?" he asked. The old man smiled gently and said, "Because you are looking outside instead of inside." The old man told Leo a story. Long ago, there were two trees in this very forest. One was tall and proud, reaching high into the sky. The other was small and bent, growing slowly in the shade. The small tree always looked at the tall one and wished to be the same. It tried to stretch its branches higher, but it only grew weaker. One day a storm came. The tall tree, with its rigid trunk, was struck by lightning and fell. Leo listened carefully. The old man continued, "You see, the small tree was never meant to be like the tall one. It had its own purpose, its own strength. When it stopped comparing, it found its true power." Leo thought about this for a long time. He realized that his habit of comparing himself to others was like the small tree trying to be something it was not. He asked the old man, "But how do I stop? It is so hard." The old man nodded. "First, understand that comparison is a thief. It steals your joy, your peace, and your time. Every moment you spend wishing to be like someone else is a moment you lose being yourself. Second, remember that no one's life is as perfect as it seems. The people you admire have struggles too, but you do not see them. Third, focus on your own path. You have gifts that no one else." Leo took these words to heart. The next day, instead of looking at Marcus's strength, he practiced patience with his own body. Instead of envying Clara's talent, he explored his own creativity. He even smiled at the baker's son, realizing that happiness was not about having more but appreciating what he already had. Over time, something beautiful happened. Leo began to feel lighter. He discovered skills he never knew he had. He found joy in simple things, reading, walking, and helping others. The villagers noticed the change in him. They admired his calmness and asked him for advice. Leo laughed and said, "I am no wiser than before. I just stopped looking at others and started seeing myself." Years passed, and Leo became known as the man who understood the secret of contentment. One day, a young boy came to him, just as he had once gone to the old man by the river. The boy said, "I feel like I am not good enough." Leo smiled and told him the story of the two trees. He shared the lessons he had learned and watched as the boy's eyes slowly brightened with understanding. The truth is simple, but not easy. Comparison is a habit, and like any habit, it can be broken. It starts with awareness. Notice when you are measuring yourself against others. Then, gently bring your focus back to your own life. Ask yourself, what can I do today to grow? What am I grateful for? What makes me unique? Remember, the tallest tree is not always the strongest. The fastest runner is not always the happiest. Life is not a race or a competition. It is a journey to be lived at your own pace, in your own way. When you stop comparing, you free yourself to become who you were meant to be. So the next time you catch yourself looking at someone else's life, pause. Take a deep breath and return to yourself. Your worth is not measured by others. It is found in the quiet moments when you embrace your own path. And that, my friend, is where true strength lies. The story of Leo teaches us that the only person you should compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Every small step forward is progress. Every moment of self-acceptance is victory. The world will always show you people who seem better, but the truth is, no one can be you better than you can. So walk your path with confidence. Grow at your own pace. And one day, you will look back and realize that the only comparison that ever mattered was the one between who you were and who you have become. And that is enough. That is always enough.